Oh, let me see how my thing is. Let me clean it off. Come on in the room. Hey, family. Oh, it's a little too hot for me tight like this. Yes. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Hey, family. What's up, Black Lavender? What's up, Sweet Rebel? Miss Sweet Rebel. Hey. Oh, do I have my phone over here? Yeah, I got my phone. How are we all doing? What's up, Bunny? Oh no, Bunny, I'm sorry. This episode was a little bit better, Bunny. Hey, Proscian. Hey, not your typical teacher. Not your typical teacher said, Nikki Hager, I just want to say that I've been watching Latina. What's Latina? Let a girl know. What's up, Shannon Van? Hey, Crystal. Hey, Coco Chanel. What's up, Ashby 313? Hey, Connie. Hey, Nisha. How are we doing? So it's Black History Month. So y'all know I'm gonna be wilding this month. Oh God, this time last year, we had no idea what was coming. So I'm just like, I'm chilling. I'm not getting too ahead of myself because baby, we had no idea that we would be in what we were about to be in. Child, like next year, like next month is going to be a year that we've been in this, guys. Shout out to everybody who made it. Oh, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in. Are y'all still getting in your 10K steps today? I hope so. Hey, Tasha. Tasha said, hey, this is my first time catching you live. Oh, my mom and I love you. I love y'all too, Tasha. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, planning with Danny. Hey, it's Ray Ray. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Aaliyah. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Josh. Yes, Josh is like, I finally caught the beginning of the live. Hey, boo. Hey, Janice. Hey, Nicole. Ryan Round said, Aaliyah, what's that schedule 90 minutes from now? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh, thank you, Shan. Yes. Okay. Miss Sweet Rebel said I was pleasantly. Oh, I was like, what is rubbing my back? This is my my warmer. Like it's a neck warmer, but I use it for my uterus when my aunt is here. So I was like, what is rubbing my back? But me too, Miss Sweet Rebel. I felt like this episode got back to basics, like back to what they were known for and what they can do well. And I enjoyed this episode. I really, really did. I was like laughing, like outwardly laughing at this show. And that's what I've been missing from Atlanta. And I remember I told you, I said an insider told me that this show is not going to pick up until we get to the until we get to the first girls trip, because COVID had really put a halt on a lot of things that they were trying to produce this season, which is why they couldn't get all of the ladies together. When they were finally able to get all the ladies together in one location, that's when the sparks started to fly. Hey, Pepe. Hey, Coos Girly. Proscian said, last February, I bought 5 tickets for 5 different festivals and had to get a refund in April. I am still moving cautiously through the year. Oh, same. We're never going back to being the same, ever. And I hope that people don't think that we're going to get back to how it used to be. It's never going to be like that. It's never going to be normal. So we got to find a new normal after this. Even like this year, I know everybody's getting vaccinated and things are opening back up. LA just opened up outdoor dining. I don't know why we have the highest death rate of COVID. I don't get it. Don't understand it. But I'm still going to be like semi-quarantine for 2021. Like, I'm not playing. I'm not. Thank the Lord I've been able to dodge this thing for this long. I'm not trying to go out there and be reckless and catch it. Absolutely not. Ryan Round says she wanted to know when you were doing Drag Race. Drag Race is today at 3:30, so right after Atlanta. Yeah, it was a funny episode, Pershian. Yes, Josh O said this episode was good. They need to do more group scenes. Their solo scenes are so boring. You said it. This time last year, me and my family had bought all because we were, 2020 was supposed to be our year of travel. And the only tickets that we couldn't get back was our Christmas ticket. So we had to go like do that trip. And to be honest with you, it was not worth it. Like, I mean, we wasn't losing that money. So we still went home for Christmas, but we were never able to see the people that we wanted to see. It was just a sad Christmas. We spent Christmas here, but then we had bought tickets to go back home because that's what we do every year. We spend Christmas in LA, and then the next day we're on a plane to Philly. It wasn't a good trip. It wasn't a good trip. You couldn't go anywhere. Everything was locked down. So we were just like in this. We had a nice hotel room. We loved it. We made the best of it, but it was just like we could have did this in LA. We literally come to Philly to see people, and we could not do that. So it was a bust. So I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything like tickets or anything. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any, not planning. You know what I mean? Like our mama say, we plan and God laughs. So I'm not doing that no more. No, I'm not planning no trips. I have places that I want to go, but it's just going to have to be spur of the moment trips. I'm not playing with my money like that anymore. Not Your Typical Teacher said, I've been watching Latoya. Oh, Latoya. Oh, for years. And she got on my nerves so bad on the show. I ended up unsubscribing. She's so unlikable on the show that she annoys me on YouTube. Not Your Typical Teacher. I don't know Latoya, but what I want to let you know is that she's a newcomer. So she has to make a splash, good or bad. And also, don't believe everything you see on TV. Like Latoya is giving you a character, but I can't tell you how to feel, but I just want you to know, I think the girl that you watch on YouTube is Latoya, and the girl on The Real Housewives of Atlanta is Latoya being produced. So she a newcomer. No, she can't, she's not at that point where she can say no to production. Yes, I'm going to Miss Sweet Rebel. I'm going to review Wendy Williams. There are like 2 days a week that I film because the rest of the week I'm doing lives. So those, I think Tuesday is when I'm filming Wendy Williams. So that should be up this week. Marlo is hysterical. Any scene with Marlo, you're going to laugh. She's good. She's good. Hey, Kitty. Bunny said the episode 7 was the last one I watched. Some of these ladies need to retire. Real Housewives of Atlanta needs to hire wealthy or non-famous people who will work hard like Nene or Phaedra. For what? The drama. Well, listen, word on the street is Andy is rebooting and firing and casting. Well, not Andy, but Bravo is, we're going to see big changes in the Housewives in 2022. They will not look the same next year. So I don't know if it's good or bad. I really don't. I feel like some shows just need to go back to the basic cast because that cast just had chemistry and worked. And some shows just need to fire everybody and start all over again. But who knows? Josh said, guys, stop hating villains that are racist or prejudiced. If someone is starting fun drama, then it needs to be embraced. Every show needs a villain. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I tell you guys about Kenya. A lot of people don't like Kenya. She trends every episode. She was trending this episode. She trends. The Real Housewives of Atlanta doesn't trend. Kenya trends. She's going to be a part of this show until they roll her out. Okay? She is going to be on this show forever. Wendy said Drew did the reverse Uno card on Latoya with bringing an autograph photograph. I told y'all. The tea was going to be hot between Drew and Latoya, and it was good. Yes, Miss Sweet Rebel. Tonight, that last night's episode was really funny. Really, really funny. Since we're already talking about the, let me check my notes to make sure it's in here. Oh, child, because you know how this phone does. Okay, all my notes are here. So we're going to start the review. If you're just here for the review, beloveds, it starts right now. Let's get into it. Thank you, Candy, for bringing some sense to the conversation about, I was going to call her Kenya and her daughter. What Candy was saying to the lady, she was just like, listen, Kenya brought her daughter because she don't have nobody. And it's very difficult to leave your child with somebody who you do not know? Candy was just like, Kenya doesn't know the nanny. She doesn't really have a relationship with her. So she's not comfortable with leaving her child with the nanny overnight. And she doesn't have anybody to leave her child with. We all have family. We all live here. We're all from here. We all have family. Kenya doesn't have any of that. And that's what I was trying to explain last episode, where it was just like, was she being shady with not telling the ladies that she was bringing her child? Absolutely, because Kenya didn't want it to be a kids trip. She wanted it to be a girls trip. So she specifically did not mention that she was bringing Brooklyn until everybody was there. You know what I mean? And that was strategic on her part, because I think if she had somebody to watch Brooklyn, Brooklyn wouldn't be there at the trip. Unfortunately, that's unfair to the other ladies. If the other ladies knew that they could bring their child, they would have, but then it wouldn't have been a girls trip. It would have been a mommy and me trip. And that's not what Kenya wanted. Was it fair? Absolutely not. However, I feel like if you are, Portia specifically, if you are crying because you're leaving your child, maybe you should just ask the host if it's okay. Like, I am not ready to be detached from my daughter for this long, again, because she has been away from her child, protesting and all of that. So she's probably not comfortable with doing that again, especially for a girls trip. Just ask. I do think that Kenya was being shady and wrong for not letting the ladies know that she was bringing her daughter. But it's like, also, you guys are adults. You're grown women with children. If you want to bring your child, ask, or just bring your child. I just felt like it wasn't that big of a deal. And I was thankful that Candy brought some sense to the conversation, because after she said her piece, nobody could say anything after that, because it was sense. She made sense. She said she don't got nobody to watch her baby. Her baby has to come with her, especially for 5 days. She's not trusting a nanny to watch her kid for 5 days. Who would do that? Especially if you don't know this nanny and have like a built-in relationship. She probably maybe could have got a family member, but couldn't get them in that time, and couldn't get them COVID tested. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. So I don't agree with what she did. Yes, I think that it was shady, but it's like, come on, y'all. She ain't got nobody. Let her bring the baby. Especially if you're not really seeing a baby like that. Like, come on, she's accommodating enough where she's at least spending the night with her child, then handing her baby over to the nanny while she hangs out with you guys. That's enough. Like, I felt like Kenya, outside from being, shady about not telling the lady she was bringing her daughter, I did feel like she accommodated them enough, especially with her child being there. So that's just my opinion. She should have told the ladies. Yes, the ladies did not need to make a big deal out of this situation. An 8-hour bus ride, I'd be pissed too. When Portia said this ride should have been 4 hours, I was already like stressed for them. A 4-hour bus ride? No. A 1-hour bus ride? No. I didn't even do that when I was commuting back and forth to work in school. All my bus rides or train rides had to be like 30 minutes. Tops. Like, that's all I could really do. I can't sit in a closed space like that, especially like when I'm flying. Like, if I'm getting on the plane, baby, I'm knocking myself out. As soon as I get my little drink, I always get the fruit punch. Is it called fruit punch? Crayon apple. I always get the crayon apple. I get my pretzels. I take my Benadryl, and I'm out for the rest of the flight. I can't do it. So 4 hours, I was tight. 8 hours, I would have been fighting everybody on that bus. 8-hour bus ride, I'd be pissed too, especially if I knew that somebody flew there on a private jet. I would have had some issues. As well. I'm sorry. Let's talk about this, right? Kenya, you're a terrible host. We just gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. Kenya's a terrible host. So the ladies, after being on an 8-hour bus ride, now has to play a murder mystery game to get a better room. Hell no, I don't feel like that. I've been cramped up on this bus for 8 hours with no air conditioning. Let me get to my room, let me bathe, and let me sleep. That's all I want to do at this point, right? So the ladies have to play this game to get a better room. I don't know why they thought it was a smart idea to have a white man with a gun run into a group of Black women screaming. I was with Portia. Portia jumped over that couch with the quickness. All the ladies went into survival mode. I was just like, this is terrible. Like, where the optics of this? Why didn't anybody intervene and say, maybe this isn't the smartest thing to do, especially to a group of Black women? So he runs in, and then a sister dropped dead. She runs in, they got me. Falls down, then she jumps up. It's a coup for you, baby. Drew was like, this is the most ghetto murder mystery event I've ever been to. And you know what? She was right. So anyway, the ladies are just not into it. They're tired. They probably haven't eaten a lot. So, the drinks are hitting them a lot faster than it would if they were, drinking on a full stomach. They're getting fun and, they're a bit buzzed and they're just having a good time, not really paying attention to this murder mystery because they're not in the right headspace. They've been traveling all day. Who wants to play any kind of game after you've been traveling all day? And as soon as you get there, you can't even settle in your room. You got to play this game to get a room. Don't nobody feel like that. Don't nobody feel like that. So I was with the ladies and Candy and Kenya and Tanya wasn't being as much as a sourpuss as Kenya and Candy. They were being sourpusses. I'm like, girl, let them have fun. Let them have fun. At least they're not complaining. They were complaining on the bus. Now they're here. They're having fun with the guy, with the murder mystery actors. It was just like, hold on. He has an announcement and a guy. There's some holes in this house. Like, they were just having fun. Like, that's what a girl's trip is supposed to be. Do you want them complaining like they were on the bus? No. Give them some drinks. Let them have some fun. I was with the ladies. The ladies were having a good time, but Candy was dedicated to getting a better room. Like, she was in it. She wasn't flinching or nothing. And I just felt like once the ladies who were actually playing the game saw that the other ladies were just not interested in just having fun, I think they should have just let it go. Tanya ended up getting the room anyway because her and Candy were putting in work. But Candy already had a good room because she's cool with Kenya. So Tanya ended up getting the better room, which was fun. It was a fun thing, but I just was just like, I hate on a girl. Like, listen, I plan girls trip. And things change, plans change. Not everybody feels like doing with what you're doing. That's why you give people options. Sometimes some people want to do other things. Sometimes some people want to do the same things. Sometimes people just want to rest and do nothing. I plan stuff, but if it doesn't work out, I don't get upset because you don't know where people are. I always say these are the things that we're going to do. We're like, let's vote and see what people want to do when we get there. Because you already have like things set up. But when you get there, there's a different vibe. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody's just tired. Somebody that started their period. They don't feel like going horseback riding. Let people pick and choose and just have a good time. I cannot stand the person on a girls trip who wants to go by, we have to do this, and this. Maybe I don't feel like doing that. Are you mad at me? Let me rest in my room. Let me put my feet up and watch Netflix. I'll go to dinner tonight if I feel like it. Don't be a sourpuss. If this is a girls trip, we're supposed to have fun. Let us have fun. Don't be a sourpuss. A sourpuss on a girls trip is the worst person to be because you get on everybody's nerves real quickly because we're all here decompressing from what we do on a day-to-day basis. We want to have a good time. As soon as we see a sourpuss, the trip gets spoiled. Don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. Even if you plan something and it doesn't go the way you want, let it go. The trip is more about the people than the events anyway. So that was my little 2 cents on that. But yeah, they should have never had that white man run into them ladies. I was like, this is really triggering, especially with what's going on right now. And he was dressed like a police officer. Hell no. Hell no. I was like, oh no, this ain't smart. This is not smart. So as they're going through the rooms and playing the game, there is a comment made about husbands. I forget what the comment was, but Drew responded because Toya made the comment and Drew responded, oh, Fallon. Fallon showed up and she brought her husband on the girls trip. Boo! Boo! Please don't bring your man on the girls trip. Please do not bring your man on the girls trip. Boo! If you got to go everywhere with him, stay home. Stay home because this is a girls trip. We don't want your man anywhere near us. If you're not going to stay in a place and you got your own place, fine. You want to bring your man, fine. You're not coming on this trip because what he's going to do is work his way into the stuff that we're doing. Even if you say, oh no, he's just going to be in a room by himself. He's not going to come around and be around us. Next thing you know, he's at dinner. and we sitting there uncomfortable. We can't say nothing. We can't play. We can't do nothing because we got an op at the table, which is your husband. Boo! Do not bring your man. Never bring your man on a girl's trip. We will deal with a baby if we have to, but a whole husband, a boyfriend, a dude you talking to, no. Mm-mm. This is a no penis girls trip. Keep them away. The only penises that are entering in this girls trip is penises we ain't never talking about after this trip. That's why he can't come. Not saying that people are cheating, but stuff happens and you support your girlfriend. You don't say nothing. That ever happened. I didn't see nothing. You know what I mean? So anyway, she comes and she's just like, oh, no, I'm staying in the villa across the way because I brought my husband. He's my best friend. Boo. So Latoya's just like, you brought your husband, girl, why? Like, he can't stay home. I was with Latoya. Then Drew, who is still salty about that wig, she goes, oh, don't listen to her. She don't care nothing about husbands. Drew, that was low. Because the girl is going through a separation, a divorce. That was low. Just say you still had beef with her about the wig. Because that right there, of course, Latoya got offended. And she was a bit lit. So it hit her in a place that she couldn't censor because she was already on one, right? So Latoya takes offense to that, rightfully so. And now, like, as they're going to different rooms to look at rooms, it's starting to marinate. And Latoya, that Drew came for her. So Latoya grabs Drew's arm and she said something about, let's talk about your sorry husband. I think she said sorry or unemployed. Some husband. And Drew was like, oh no, don't talk about my husband. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, Latoya touched her. Oh, Latoya, don't touch her. Don't touch me because the last girl that touched me had her. And she had to wait, to get the read together. Had her head shoved in the gate. B, don't mess with me. I'm from Chicago. Listen, after Portland, okay, after Minnesota, you can throw out these cities all you want to and these states and where you from and what neighborhood you repping. It's hard people all over the globe, okay? So let's, especially at our big ages, let's leave that out of arguments because you never know. You might run up on the right chick from Minnesota. You might run up on a right chick from Portland, Oregon. You never know. You never know. Everybody ain't as sweet as we thought they were. So let's leave that alone. So now it's become this big deal that Latoya graced Drew's arm. This was so overdone, so blown out of proportion. The girl is clearly drunk. She can't even stand up properly. They got to hold her up. The ladies are making it such a big, oh, don't touch her. Oh, no, you're out of line. Candy, oh, you're being aggressive. What did y'all see? Because I didn't see that. I did not see Latoya being aggressive and hitting Drew. Like, they blew this trip. This trip is like, this trip is full of women who make a mountain out of a molehill because nothing that Latoya did warranted everybody's behavior. They all jumping in. Oh no, don't harm her. What? Even Latoya was confused. Drunk Latoya was just like, what are you? No, don't touch her. Don't do that. Like, Drew, you knew that she was not grabbing you, like putting her nails into your arm, about to bite you or punch you in the chest. None of what Latoya did warranted that. It was just so over the top that I'm sitting there confused because I'm not a fan of Latoya's presence on this show because I think she came in and she immediately came for Drew. It was very obvious that she was going to try to make a storyline with her. And y'all know that I hate when I see people creating the storyline right in front of the audience. Like, if you're going to do it, make me believe it at least a little bit. I didn't believe any of what Latoya was doing on this show. Having said that, the ladies overreacted. It was a huge overreaction. She was drunk, but she was still like aware of some things and she was confused. She's just like, I'm not gonna touch it. I was just, she didn't do anything that warranted the ladies' reactions. Was she shady? Yes, she was. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna touch you. Oh, Latoya, you're growing on me. No, I'm not gonna touch her. No. Yes, play the game, girl. If they're gonna act a fool, you can play the game as well. It was just too much. It was way too much the way they were acting. Like Latoya was so aggressive. When Candy said aggressive, I said Candy. Now we don't throw that word on black women, especially like and what you saw from Latoya was not aggressive. Was she annoying? Yes. Was she some drunk chick invading Drew's personal space? Yes. Was she aggressive? Absolutely not. Were the ladies' reactions too damn much? Absolutely. Absolutely. Marlo, comedy queen. Comedy queen. She's literally taking over the role that Nene once had, but it's not as much as an impact because she's a friend of the show, so she's not there all the time. But baby, Marlo looking at these rooms, and when we got to her room, she was just like, oh no, child, this is not fabulous. What is this? Marlo in these rooms. I love Marlo because her expectations are so high. You are a friend of the show and you think you're going to get a suite. Girl, I love you. I wish you were full time. I don't know what the issue is, but hey, do you. Now, so let's talk about Kenya, who I guess Latoya is a protege, right? But this is Latoya is the monster that Kenya built, but she can't control. Because when the ladies were trying to make Latoya the aggressor, Kenya was like, Latoya, stop. No, that's too much. Like she's letting her know, girl, you just got on here and you're doing too much. She was trying to calm her down and like say, all right, just let it go, let it go. And Latoya looked at her and was like, don't touch my arm. Oh, you can't control this. You can't control what you created, mama. You can't control what you created, especially when Latoya had that wig and she took it upstairs, but we didn't know where she was going. So everybody thought she was going to take it to Drew. And Kenya was like, no, Latoya, come back. Latoya, no, Latoya. You can't control her. You put the battery in her back and now you can't control her. I'm telling you, if Latoya stays on this show, I definitely see her and Kenya's friendship falling apart and Latoya coming for Kenya. That will be good TV. Before I go on, we got a super chat from Coco Chanel. What's your name? Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel said Marlo, aka John Amos is a hater, continuously calling out Kenya and her butt job, but not nearly everyone on Real Housewives of Atlanta has had some form of plastic surgery. They all did. Thank you so much, Coach Coco Chanel. They all did. We'll get to that part, but I was just like, pot calling kettle. If this isn't a pot calling the kettle black, everybody at that table had some form of work done. So if we're not going to call out everybody, let's leave the one girl who has visible work done alone. Oh, yeah. So, because Latoya is Kenya's protege, she takes her side a lot, even when she's wrong, right? So she has taken her side on the Drew issue. And so everybody's trying to make a big deal about her wig. I will say this, Drew's glue was lifting, right? We've seen horrible wigs on this show. That is not the worst wig we've seen on this show. Let's be very real about that. So Kenya in her confession was just like, well, it did look like she had a rat on her head. And, Toya was telling the truth. Sis, I'm going to tell you to leave that alone. Because this season so far, you have had some questionable wigs and ponytails. Because the last episode, that ponytail that you had looked like you were hanging a squirrel. Seriously, it looked like a squirrel committed suicide on the back of your head. So if I was you, I would hush up. And this show is shady. They have zoomed in on your half wig lifting and separating and the textures changing far too many times for them not to be trying to read you. So if I was you, I would shut up before people start going in on that Wakanda Forever mess that you have on in your confessional. We don't know what you were going through there, baby. It was giving costume. So let's leave Drew's wigs alone. If you can come for her wig if your wig is snatched all the time. If your ponytail is snatched all the time, it isn't. So let's worry about our own business. Portia from Georgia. So now we get into I think it's like now this is like the first night of the trip. So Kenya has she has prepared a chef to come in and cook for the ladies. Portia from Georgia goes down to look at the food, right? It's a whole pig roasting or like being grilled, full body, right? Just, certain parts that they're not going to eat have been removed. Portia, who's now vegan, what is that? I just wanted to talk about this because this is so rude. It is so rude to comment on people's food, especially a chef. Especially a chef. This man obviously knows what he's doing since this is his business, is creating a meal for you guys. Whatever meat it is, it's a whole pig. Now all of a sudden, because you're vegan, it's gross. What is that? You mean to tell me Portia from Georgia ain't never seen a whole pig roasted? Get the hell out of here. You're lying. Get the hell out of here. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so gross. What is that? That's so rude. That bothered me so much. That bothered me so much because it's so rude and disrespectful to do to anybody's food, especially a chef. Especially a chef, to go look at that man's food, that what he's creating, stand right beside him and go, ew. Walks up, as such a pet peeve I have. It walks up my back because it's entirely rude and disrespectful. He's making a meal for you. This is his business. He knows what the hell he's doing. You're going over there now because you're newly vegan. And we know you had some of that pig when the cameras weren't there. Don't play. Don't play, but play with yourself, not me. So we know that you had some of that pig, but just to go and stand it. He should have. With that poker, girl, come on. Get. Mind your damn business. Anyway, I just had to talk about that because I just thought it was just so rude. And also, Portia, just get back with Dennis. Because she's sitting there having Shamia read the text from Dennis and baby, let's get married and all of this stuff. And you either got to make it work with this dude or you're going to tell him to chill on that. Because no other man is going to walk into this messy situation with you and your baby daddy. So either you do want Dennis and you're just punishing him, or if you don't want him, you just going to have to make some changes because you can't be with another dude and your baby daddy is texting you stuff like this. You can't be with another dude and you and your baby daddy are still in like this weird limbo place where nobody knows what to really call your relationship. That's not going to be healthy for a relationship that you want to get into next. I'm just saying, if you're not attached to this dude, let it be known. You're saying something to the audience, but you're doing totally different things by allowing and interacting with these text messages. Like, yes, he sent them. He's a grown man. He can send whatever he wants. But to reply, thank you, and that's it, and not, hey, I love that you feel this way, but I'm not where you're at. I would just like to co-parent with you, if that's what you want. Now, if you keep in these texts, you know what I mean? And acting like, oh, he's in love with me, but I'm not there. How are you not there if you keep on accepting him? You have never yet cut him off and told him this is inappropriate. So either you want him and this is his punishment, or you just, you want to play some games. I don't think you should, especially at your big age and especially with your baby daddy. It ain't smart. So if you don't want the dude, let him go. Let him go. But if you do, this little game is going to come back to bite you in your behind. I'm telling you, I always talk about this. Women who get with these men who they think that they can't get a woman like them will treat them better because for whatever reason, you might think they tender-eyed or they got some issues going on. You just like, he's 4'2". Of course, he's going to treat me like I'm the best thing that's happened because he ain't never going to get an average height girl like me. You think all of that, but at the end of the day, that's still a man. He going to do whatever he want to do. So you keep on playing this game with Dennis and you're going to get your heart broken again. Even if they tender-eyed, even if they don't have all the qualities that you think, the hottest dudes have, that don't mean he not a man, honey. That don't mean nothing. He can have a little arm, a dead eye, you know what I mean? He can have hips, and he still thinks that he's Tyson freaking Beckford. Women have the insecurities, not men. Wake up. Wake up. Kenya, let's get to Kenya being the terrible host. So let's start with the bus ride. So Kenya, the terrible host, takes the private jet to this location. she puts her guests in an 8-hour bus ride with no air conditioner. They get there, they got to play a murder mystery game before they can get a room. And you only are able to get nice rooms based on her relationship with you. Terrible host. Terrible host. Now she's starving them. So the whole day, the ladies are like, we are starved. We are hungry. Where is the food? She prepared one meal for her guests. Not even a brunch, just one meal, and it was dinner. And that dinner wasn't even made until the evening. It finished being done until the evening. So the ladies are starving. She orders food for herself. What kind of host? What kind of host? And the ladies are like, she's just terrible. She's terrible. We don't have anything to eat. She gets her own little meal and eats it in front of the ladies. Don't ever let her host another event. She's terrible. Because listen, I was kind of like, okay, I think the ladies are doing the most again, like they normally do. But when I saw that that the food wasn't ready until like dinner time, it was pitch black by the time the ladies started to eat. And I was like, oh, hell no. You cannot do that. She was just like, there's food in the refrigerator. They don't want it. Tanya was just like, it's lunch meat in there. Like, listen, I'm going to be real. If I'm coming on a girls trip, I'm not trying to eat a sandwich. I'm not trying to eat a bologna sandwich on a girls trip. Like, either we're going out to dinner, and they can't even do that because of the pandemic. So yeah, Kenya, you're a terrible host. You're just terrible. You don't know how to communicate. You're being shady. You're starving your guests. Then you're like eating in front of them. You're like punishing them. You're eating in front of them. Let me tell you something. This is what broke Candy. You could do whatever you want to Candy. When you play with her food, she was just like, I've had enough. I've had enough. But what I love is that the ladies were just like, oh, we're going to eat this with you. All 20 of them was cutting up that crab cake sandwich and taking fries. They didn't care. They was just like, oh, this is going to be for everybody. This is going to be the fishes and the loaves. This little crab cake is going to feed all of us. They did not care. Oh, Kenya, don't ever host another girls trip. You don't know what you're doing. Like, why would you eat that in front of them? They were like, we're starving. And you got a personal? Oh, hell no. And guys, that dinner was not ready until the evening. Now, you will never be another host of a girls trip, hopefully. Unless they're trying to get a fun scene, that's the only way they're going to let you host another girls trip, because you are a terrible host. They literally had to play freaking Hunger Games to get a room. No. Literally let them starve until dinner time. I felt sorry for all of them. Tanya kept on going in that fridge looking at fries. She's terrible. Oh God. And Candy just had me rolling. But what I want to talk about with Candy is I loved her confessional look. She looked so beautiful. I loved her hair. I loved her makeup. It was like this bronze, copper, orange, pink makeup that really went well with the outfit. That was a great confessional look for her. This is what I was talking about with this, like the Real Housewives of Atlanta being the comedy of all the other housewife shows. I laughed so much this episode because they're all just naturally funny. And when they get together, there's just this fun comedic energy from the ladies. They're just all individually hilarious, but when you get them together, it's just a good time. And this to me felt like the old Real Housewives of Atlanta, this episode with Candy in the fun confessionals. Then we get the Portia with the prayer, like when she was praying and they were, playing gospel music over it. And then like this prayer was just so messy with the God, we hope this carcass died, happily. And then when she finished the prayer, the ladies was just like, that's the prayer. This was fun. You know what I mean? From them, like having that man sing, there's some hoes in his house to dance it on top of them. From them, making Kenya feed each and every one of them that crab cake sandwich. This is what these ladies are known for. I hope they can take this, bottle it up, and just have it throughout the rest of the season and seasons thereafter, because this is what we like from this show. I had a really good time. Watching this episode. I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored. They have been boring me for a while, but this was just such a fun watch. It really, really was. Portia's prayer was it for me. I was hollering. And then let's get to some more hollering, right? So now everybody's at the table eating or whatever, enjoying their dinner. And Latoya, I don't care what nobody says, she's good for the show. She's good for the show. If she plays her cards right, she's going to be on seasons and seasons and seasons and seasons after. She leans over to Drew and she's just like, I made comments about your wig. It started off like an apology, right? It just got so shady. She was just like, yeah, because you wear bad wigs. The glue is lifting and, it's peeling on the sides. The ladies were just like, wait, we can't insult while trying to apologize. So she's like, oh, no, I wasn't. I was just stating the facts. The glue was lifting. So she said, I got you a wig, to like make up for that. And Drew was like, oh, that's so sweet. But you know what? I get my wigs from, Professional in Hollywood. And I am not in need of a new wig, Drew was like, well, and Latoya was like, well, I can pluck it out and we can help you with your hairline. She's like, no, I'm okay. Thank you. But you know what? I got something for you. Then Drew walks away and comes back. She was just like, since you, talk about me so much and so much about me, I wanted to give you a signed, an autographed headshot because you're such a fan. Like nobody knew what Drew was going to do. And when she came back with that headshot, Candy was like, oh, Lord. Candy was like, and like after Drew presented it, everybody just had to cheer because this is the thing. You can't have a moment like that and not react. And instead of the ladies just busting out laughing, they just cheered. They were just like, all right. We didn't know you had it in you, Drew, but you do. And Latoya took it like a champ, took the headshot, kissed, and hopefully they made up, or maybe they just agreed to just be frenemies. Whatever it was a fun moment, especially because of the reaction. Everybody was like, but Candy had me rolling. It was good. It was a really good and fun episode, and I hope they stay here. But it seems like they won't because the stripper is coming, and then it's some drama with that, and then Tanya's going to leave because she feels offended. So it's unfortunate. Let's end with Marlo. She's so good for this show. She's so good for this show because Drew and Latoya semi-made up. So Marlo's just like, you know what? This is a sisterhood and we go through things, but we should be able to, still remain in this sisterhood. And she says, Kenya, because Candy was trying to fix their issues because Marlo was really hurt by her room. Oh my God, Marlo was not that deep. But she was just like, this really hurt me to my core, the room that she gave me. So she made the living room her room because she wanted it to look like a suite. And I'm like, girl, you're a friend of the show. You're not going to get better than the main cast. But in Marlo's mind, she deserves just, same as everybody else, especially the leads of the show. So she tries to talk to Kenya and try to make amends. And Kenya is just like, no friend of mine would say what you have said about me. And Marlo was starting off so well. Marlo's just like, what have I said? What are the things that I have said about you? What? I made comments about your skin and your fake butt. That's why she don't like you, Marlo. And then Marlo wouldn't stop. She's just like, well, but those things that I said are true. You do have a fake butt. And Kenya's like, I don't have a fake butt. She's like, yes, you do. You have injections. And Kenya's like, no, I don't. I do not have that. And Marlo's like, oh, no, you do have something because that is not your real behind. You have gotten some work done. And I'm like, Marlo, are you trying to make amends? Are you trying to make amends? Because it's not happening. You were like turning the knife in this girl's back. And she's just not oblivious. She's not oblivious. Yes, this is why she does not like you because of the things that you have said about her. And instead of apologizing for those things, you double down on the insults. You double down on them. And I'm like, yeah, you and her will never be cool. Because Marlo is not going to lay up off of her skin or her behind. She's just not. Like, that is Marlo's thing. And she wants Kenya to know that she thinks she has terrible skin and a bad butt job. You always gonna get the messed up room if she's the host because you don't get it. You don't get it, you won't get it, and it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. If you were just here for the review, beloveds, it ends right now. Now let's get into the chit chatter. Oh, Josie said, yeah, finally a good episode because they went back to basics. That's what it is. These ladies are comical. They're fun to watch. They're a good time. When they go back to what they're known for, iconic. Josh O said, Latoya is bringing it for me. She is messy but harmless. Yes. And she also knows how to move forward and like get over it. You know what I mean? Like she's not, this is where Nene messed up. She harbors on things. Like she just doesn't let it go. Latoya gets over stuff easily. That's the best thing to have as a housewife. Because if you're a housewife that's harboring things and you're bringing stuff up every episode, every season, it's uncomfortable to watch. We don't feel like that. We want you to have a resolution. If not this episode, at least the next episode. That's what I really like about Latoya. And I also agree with Tasha. Tasha 8881 said Latoya is not good for the show. What she's doing is forced and cringy. I think she's good for the show, but I think she's forcing a lot of stuff. And like I said earlier in my review, I hate that I can see her producing a scene. I want it to be organic. If it can't be organic, produce it in a way where I can't catch it. When we can see you planning, it's not fun because we already know where you're going to go. Oh, yes, she did, Tasha. She had a perfect response for her. Since you're such a fan, I might use that. If I have to. If I have to be in a situation like that, I might be like, you know what, since you're such a fan, here's my autographed headshot. Thanks. Jade Gossett said, it's very disingenuous, rehearsed shade. It's why it took her 5 minutes to come back from the husband comment. Yeah. Josh O said, Drew won the battle with that autograph picture. She absolutely did. She stunned that whole table. Everybody was like, oh, that's good. That is really, really good. Shonda said Candy was still eating too. She sure was. Candy is known for being the only housewife that like finishes, like eats her meal and finishes her plate on camera. Not a lot of women eat on camera, except for Candy. Prochian said, I think Latoya is good. It's about being messy but harmless drama. Yes, stuff that we can get over with quickly and move on. Love that. Prochian said, I already said Prochian. Porshekala said, Latoya is fun, but she's too fixated on Drew. That is an issue for me. It's obvious what she's doing. Absolutely. That's another issue. We can see her producing. Prochian said, Drew slaughtered. She probably watching the episode with a glass of wine with an evil laugh. She did it. She did it with that headshot. She did it. Josh O, Bravo tolerates Kenya because she is valuable for the show. She trends every episode, guys. Every episode she's trending. They have yet to find someone good enough to replace her. Absolutely. You know what? She better watch out. She better watch out because it may just be Latoya. You better watch out. You created this monster, and this monster may be the one to take you down. Yeah, Kenya is able, you're right, Tasha. Kenya is able to like shade so naturally. It's so like, she's good. She's good at what she does. Josie said, Marlo had a room with the bathroom. What more do you want? Just be happy there's a place for you and you don't have to share. Absolutely. She's also a friend of the show. I don't know why she thinks that she would get better. I don't know. Coco said, Marlo can dish it out, but she can't take it. Crying over a room, child. Listen. If Latasha said Marlo was trying to earn her keep by causing a scene, maybe that's it too. I can see that. Josh O said, Kenya is obsessed with convincing us that her hair and butt are natural. She is gorgeous, but needs to stop lying. Listen, I will say this. I don't know why Kenya has to be honest about the work that she has gotten done when all of the ladies aren't listing everything that they have done. So, all of a sudden, they want to mention a boob job, right? But that's not it. There's boob jobs, there's lipo, there's nose job, there's, Botox jaws and things of that nature. If Kenya got to talk about what she got done, the whole cast should have to do that. If the whole cast ain't talking about it and Kenya don't want to talk about it, we got to be okay with that. Well, also, Nicole said Kenya's butt has to be doctored. She posted on Instagram for her birthday, and it just looks bad. You also have to realize she's a beauty queen, so like a winner, right, of a huge pageant. So how she looks is very important to her, to the point where it's not safe. So that's something, especially when you're a beauty queen, you can't get old. You know what I mean? You can't get old, you can't gain weight, you can't have kids. Like, things change, and you are held up on a pedestal to that look, no matter what age you are. And so for somebody like that, it's probably really hard to see their body change in a way where they can't fix it, because she's probably dealing with a lot. And Marlo talking about those things that she can't fix, it's probably cutting her a lot deeper than Marlo thinks. We got a super chat from Proshian, my love. Proshian said, I thought as a society we were past shaming people for getting work done. Oh, society is not past that, especially when it's women, unfortunately. Thank you so much for the super chat, Proshian. Yeah, society is not past that. They will shame women until, society ends. Which is why I hate when other women do it to other women. It's just like, what that's like. Why do that to another woman? Oh, Proshian said, I think Drew and her husband is forced entertainment. I actually enjoy that couple. I actually do. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to get a spinoff. Oh, come on, Jade. Jade said Kenya forgot all the S she said about Marlo. Like, girl, she never came for you unprovoked. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Marlo and Kenya got beef because Marlo was Nini's friend and Kenya did not like Nini. So she also came for everybody that was around her, including Marlo. So I don't think either one is right. I think they're both wrong. And I think they both just need to, if they want, apologize and move forward. But unfortunately, I don't think that Marlo is going to let up on her skin or her butt. And those are really sensitive topics for Kenya. Porchekula said most of that cast have a fake butt, including Marlo. Word on the street is the only one whose butt is real is Portia, because everybody was saying Portia had that butt in high school. And you can see that Portia has visibly gained a lot of weight since we've seen her. So of course, if you're somebody who already had a big butt, the butt gonna get bigger. Baka said, hey, chit chat time. Yes, it is. Glad you're here, baby. Tasha said, we don't need Ken. Oh, please, anybody can be replaced. That's absolutely true. And what I was saying is, I think she's training her replacement and she doesn't know. And I think when she finds out that Latoya is her replacement, that's when it's going to get ugly between them two. Miss Sweet Rebel said, Nikki, what would have been your alter name for the game? I'm like Candy. Like, my name, is NikkiStar. What other name could I use? You know what I mean? Like, what other name could I use? NikkiStar. Jay Gossip said, I said gossip. Jay Gossip said, but Marlo was correct. Kenya can give it, but she can't take it. That's absolutely true. Kenya cannot take, when the same energy that she gives out is giving back to her. She can't. She can't take it. Kenya been calling her a hoe and John Amos for years. You got a point. Stage 4 Endo Fighter Day by Day. Hey, my love, said Latoya knows her limit. I hope so. I hope so. Nathaniel said Drew was classy with her shade towards Latoya. That's why it was so good. That's why it was so good, because it wasn't nasty. It wasn't demeaning. It was dynasty. And that's what these shows are based off of. These shows are based off of dynasty. That's the kind of shade. That's the kind of shade that we need. We don't need it to get ugly and nasty and colorist and, body shaming and all of that stuff. That goes too far. When it's like this, what Drew did, it's perfection. It's the perfect amount of shade. Josh O said random, but I don't think Cynthia said more than 5 words this episode. Until you said that, Josh, I forgot she was on the show. I forgot Cynthia was on this episode. Coco said Marlo low blows. She absolutely does. So that's Kenya. The comment she made about Kenya's mom not wanting her. Absolutely. I would never make up with Marlo if I was Kenya. And Kenya has every right, because Marlo absolutely low blows. She absolutely does. Kenya as well. But Marlo has gone deep with Kenya. Not yet, Nathaniel. I'm filming that tomorrow. Monique Adams said, I'm sorry, I do not like Latoya because I don't like mean girls. She's obviously trying to make her mark on the show by being rude, annoying, and mean. People like her and Kenya irritate me. That's what I was saying. I think, that's Kenya's protege, but she's doing too much too soon. And Kenya is trying to pull her back, but I don't think she'll be able to control her. Proscian said the thing about harmful messiness is that it can lead to you getting off the show. Ask Phaedra and Monique. What harmful messiness did Phaedra and Monique do? Because Phaedra, child. Phaedra was telling too much tea. And the streets are saying that what she said about Kandi was correct, but it was the wrong girl from Escape. They saying she had the right story, but the wrong Escape member. Child. And Monique was not harmless. She cracked Candace's skull. Caitlin, hey babe. Caitlin said, hey Nikki, I started my spring semester today and now I get to relax and hear your reviews, even though I don't watch Housewives. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin, what shows do you watch? Tracy said, Nikki, I DM'd you the video of Kenya on the beach. Her butt does look very hard. But still, it's her right to not want to talk about that. You know what I mean? We don't know what her insecurities are about her body. We all have them. Wait, is Ordered Steps here? Wait, Ordered Steps. Finally. Hey, I got it. Hold on. I got it. Thank you so much. When I opened this, I was like a kid in the candy store. Ordered. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. And I got this. Oh, shoot. Ordered Steps. Oh, is it upside down? Ordered Steps sent me a card, and it just made my day. Thank you, Ordered Steps. And I got my lip smackers. She sent me a bunch of lip smackers. I don't know what it is about Kali, but they sell these around Christmas time, and then that's it. Like, you can't find them anywhere else. In Philly, I was able to get them every week because that's how much I would run through these things. So thank you, Ordered Steps. I love it and I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for stopping by. Tracy said, I don't feel you should have to tell anyone what work you've had done, but don't lie about it either. Nisha L said, yes, Portia been had the butt, just gained more weight. Yeah, I know somebody who went to school with her and they were just like, oh no, that's hers. They was like, she's had that since we were children. Who seems to be cool now in real life? Miss Brown Sugar said, listen, if I wasn't terrified of something going terribly wrong, I get a butt job too. I was mad jealous last night. Like how they all got those donkey booties. Signed black girl with no butt. Oh, you already know. If I didn't keloid, because like this is what happens when my skin is cut. If my skin didn't heal like that, oh, I'd be chopped up, baby. I'd be chopped up. Are you kidding me? I would definitely, what is it called? The S curve? Baby. I would get all that done. And I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Like, oh, you think you better because you got your butt done? Yep. Absolutely, I do. Baby. Baby. But I can't because all of my scars will heal like this. I got another one. It's terrible. My skin, I don't know why. I think it's probably because I'm anemic. I don't know. But it just does not heal properly. And so I can't do it. But if I could, oh, baby, the work I would get done, I wouldn't touch this. This is the best thing this God, that God ever created. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Girl, let me tell you something. Y'all think these cheekbones is cute now? Let me drop some more weight. Let me drop some more weight. You gonna see. You gonna see the perfection of the Lord. I know that's the thing that gets me. Lifestyle with Abby. Lifestyle with Abby said Latoya will be her replacement before she knows it. That's actually going to be very heartbreaking when it happens. When it happens, because Kenya can't see it, and I'm like, girl, you know show business, you know how it works. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought a couple of girls in there to replace the girls. Who is Drew replacing? Probably Cynthia. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that with these housewife shows, bringing in similar women who are younger and have them play next to their competition, and they don't even know what's going on. They do that all the time in TV, baby. Oh no, Nunya, baby. I don't know what Wentworth is. I've never seen it. Stardust said people with children shouldn't be allowed to have elective surgery. You could die and leave your child forever. Listen, that is something a lot of people don't think about, how dangerous it really is. How dangerous it really is. But, it's a free country. Josh O said Kenya views Marlo different than the other women because they had a real friendship. You could tell there's real hurt there. Oh, I didn't know that Kenya and Marlo were close like that. I had no idea. DeConti, hey baby, said I like Drew's shade and I like Latoya's response to the shade. It was a good moment that they were able to, hash up, lock up real quick, and we were able to move on. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want y'all to be fighting for a whole season or seasons. It's like, come on, this is a TV show. You are at work. Perform. When you get in your feelings, and that lets me know that you can't do the job anymore, and let somebody else who knows what it is do the job. Tracy said, despite the ladies being extra about Latoya, about being extra about Latoya should have not touched her arm. We are not cool. Don't touch me. I agree. I just felt like the ladies did too much. Oh, thank you, Jose. Are you going to be here for Drag Race? That's at 3:30. I'm actually about to get off and prepare for that. Hey, Dope Since 1986. Said Dope Since 1986 said they need to make Cynthia a friend of the show now. That may just happen. And I think, to be honest with you, I don't think that Cynthia will accept it. I think she'll move to LA to be with Mike because that's where his money is. I think right now it's fine because of the pandemic, but when everything opens back up, and Mike needs to be on set for his show that he has, I think with Fox Soul, when he has to be on set for that every day, you're his wife. You can't be in Atlanta. So I don't know. Josh O said, Nikki, did you see Nini's recent tweets? She is on another round of Bravo boycotts. I'm gonna share my honest opinion about this. I wish she would let it go. I wish she would let it go, not because what she's saying isn't true or that not that she's saying things that aren't believable, that a lot of us can assume it's just like, that probably happened. We can see it. The thing about it is the fight is just the support. It's just not there because now you're speaking up about a situation that is dire, that is an issue, but you're only speaking up about it because you can no longer benefit from the network that you said has been oppressive. But you were benefiting from it. So now that that's not happening anymore, now you want to call out on these things and you just don't have a strong argument and you look a little funny in a light because it's just like, if this stuff has been going on the whole time, why are you saying it now when you're fighting about contracts and how many episodes you're going to be on the show? But before, when you were making 2 million an episode or a season, 3 million a season or whatever, it was fine. But now that you're not getting the same screen time and the same kind of money, now it's an issue. And also, you're so good on your shows that you do for Bravo. I want you to let it go so you can get a check, because the checks that you're acquiring outside of the show is not matching up to the quality or, the platform that Bravo gave you. So I want you to dead this so you can mend that relationship and start eating again. You're never going to be able to eat the way you ate off of Bravo. It's just not going to happen. You didn't do the work to be able to be in a position where you didn't need this show. You didn't pull a Bethany. Bethany don't ever need Bravo ever again. And it seems like her and Andy are going through something because now they're not following each other on Instagram. Ciao. I'll be damned if I'm going to be almost 50 fighting with people like this. I'll be damned if I won't be at the age I am now fighting with people like this. Like, for what? Ooh, I'm following each other and blocking it. Who has time? But I wish you would let this go for those two reasons. Simply Simone, hey Bill. Simply Simone said Kenya is definitely blind to her being replaced. Latoya is bringing the drama while Kenya is beefing with everyone for a storyline. It happens all the time. In show business, Proscian said, I love Candy, but I think she needs a replacement too. They can be friends of the show. Yeah, we don't know who Drew is replacing, but she's replacing. Latoya and Drew are replacing somebody. Right now, Latoya is going to have a little bit more time with her replacing Kenya, because Kenya still trends, right? She's still an interesting person on this show. Drew is either replacing Candy or she's replacing Cynthia next season. That's what I see. I don't see all of them coming back. Josh O said, I know Vivica Fox is older, but they need to get her on the show. I think she would be very messy. They can't get her on the show with Kenya. They hate each other. Those women hate each other. It will not work. Shonda said they blurred Brooklyn's face, but the audience already knows who she is. Marcus Petty. That's what he's doing it for. He's just doing it to be petty. Oh, Josh said, Nikki, you don't need no work done with a face like that. Can we say Vogue? Work. Work. Thank you, my loves. Oh, Jen, you too? Jen Shaw said, my skin does that too. I would get piercings if I didn't heal with keloids. Yep. The way this body will look, the way these girls will be sitting, if I could get sliced up, girl. Darwin says, off topic, but Garcelle says the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills girls are coming for her this season. Yikes. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I hope it works for them. Me too. It's Latasha. We can't get it, girl. We gotta work for it. Oh God, we gotta squat and do all that mess. Jesus. If I could just, just one little surgery and it take a month to heal and I got the body I want. But nope, we gotta eat right. We gotta work out. Yeah. It's Ray Ray said, I saw on Instagram that Portia has had some of the no surgery injections. What? What kind? What kind? Let me know. Hey, Mr. Ella, glad you're here. Josie said, yeah, Cynthia would be a good fit for Beverly Hills, but does she have enough money? I don't think so. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think so. Miss Brushika said, what's Latoya's YouTube brand? I thought I heard she was in a mommy space. I wonder if Housewives is helping or hurting the game right now. Well, we did have somebody here who said they unfollowed, not unfollowed, but unsubscribed to Latoya because she's so nasty on the show. I think she does beauty because she was talking about making a wig for Drew. Thank you, Micheline. Oh, Josh. Oh, that was all in good fun. The Shamiz comment about the aunties. It was all in good fun. It was just fun. This episode was fun. And this is what we miss from these girls. Caitlin said, out of the shows you review on the channel, I only follow The Bachelor. Oh, but I watch your other ones for entertainment and a good laugh. Thank you, Caitlin. Guys, Cynthia, she doesn't have the coin to do BH, unfortunately, but she would be a perfect fit for Beverly Hills. Stardust said, this is my first time here. Just wanted to say you are beautiful. Oh, those cheekbones and eyes. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, let me get out of here so I can do Drag Race. Jose, you going to join me? Nicholas Express said, why does everybody hate Latoya? I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I just, we can see her producing scenes. That's the thing that bothers me. But I thought she did good this episode. But it was still very obvious that she was coming for low-hanging fruit. It's like, if you want to make a splash, go for Kenya. You won't do that because you're smart. Latoya is very smart. Josh L said, Nikki, you don't need any. Oh, thank you. I read that one. Drew is Simply Simone said, Drew is most definitely replacing Cynthia. Ciao. Jade said, by the way, you could do it, Nikki. Just get a dermatologist that can help with your skin recovery. Jade, don't give me no ideas. Don't give me no ideas. Yeah, I like Cynthia too, but it's just for a lot of these housewives, we've been through, it's just like we've come to the end of the road with their storylines. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys, there's nothing else that you can give us that we haven't seen already. Nathaniel, I did. I just haven't talked about it because we keep it light over here, but I did, Nathaniel. You know what, Ryan? I heard that too. Ryan Rain said, what happened to that Yovana girl? Mad Blog said that she was getting a peach. I did hear that. And she was actually filming. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Coco. Coco said, but Latoya's husband is stopping her from showing their family dynamic, so I don't see her getting a peach. She won't until she can show the kids. She got to convince that man. She probably got to pay him. Girl, just pay him. Throw him some money, every season, because he's really stopping your bag. Yeah, Wendy, I'm about to get up on it. All right, guys. I had a great time talking with you. Thank you guys for joining me. I forgot to put up my reminder today. So thank you all who were able to join me at the last minute. I totally appreciate it. If you want to keep on chatting with me about Drag Race, hop on over. I'm about to hop on do my Drag Race live in about 10 minutes. So hope to see you there. If not, go out, get your 10,000 steps in. Oh, are you on the East Coast? If you're on the East Coast, stay inside. I hope you went to Costco and stocked up. Lord, I love the East Coast. I don't miss those winter storms. Stay safe. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Mwah. And Wendy Williams is coming this week. I know y'all asking. It's coming. It's coming. Bye. Yeah, Latoya really don't need this housewife check because she doing good. But, more fame is better, especially if you're in the industry. But love